Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has stated on record that he sleeps just 3 to 5 hours a night. Indra Nooyi, former CEO of Pepsi-Cola, famously ran a multi-billion-dollar global company on just 4 hours of sleep. Martha Stewart built a billion-dollar empire while functioning on just 4 hours of sleep as well. These people are running global companies, maintaining peak physical condition, and showing up every day with relentless energy. And yet, you're probably following the rules, getting into bed early, logging your 8 hours a night, but you still wake up feeling foggy, exhausted, and like you got hit by a truck. There's a reason this happens. It has less to do with sleeping 8 hours a night and more to do with your brain's ability to generate specific electrical frequency that is required for true physical restoration of the body. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what it is, what hidden layer of your nervous system is blocking your recovery, and how you can actually fix it so you can wake up feeling refreshed, even if you slept less than 6 hours. For decades, get 8 hours of sleep has been treated like law of nature. The CDC and experts recommended 7 or more hours of sleep for adults. And at some point, most of us just accepted it as fact, the same way we accepted that you need to drink 8 glasses of water a day. It became one of those things nobody questioned anymore. But that 8-hour number was never a precise biological target. It was a population average, a midpoint derived from large sleep studies where researchers looked at how long most adults slept and mapped it against health outcomes. It was a generalization that somehow became gospel. And the problem with following a generalization as if it were gospel is that it completely ignores you as an individual. Your sleep needs are shaped by your genetics, your stress load, your age, your activity level, none of which are the same as the person sleeping next to you. And the science actually backs this up in a way most people have never heard. In 2015, the National Sleep Foundation analyzed over 300 studies to determine what actual human sleep needs. What they found was a range. And that range varies significantly depending on age, genetics, and individual biology. Some people perform normally on 6 hours of sleep. Others needed 8 or more to function well. But the issue isn't about how many hours you need, it's about the quality of sleep you're getting inside those hours. Because 8 hours of the wrong kind of sleep doesn't restore you. It just gives you 8 hours of being unconscious. And if you've ever woken up after a full night's sleep feeling like you ran a marathon in your sleep, you already know exactly what that feels like. Even when people know that sleep quality matters more than quantity, they try to fix it with the usual fixes. You've probably tried them too. For example, you downloaded a sleep tracking app, switched your coffee to decaf, afternoon, buy blackout curtains, and maybe tried melatonin. And some of those things do help. For example, maintaining a cool and dark environment can help sleep early by supporting the body's natural temperature drop at night. But for a lot of people, these lifestyle habits are not enough, and they still wake up feeling like they got hit by something, because there's actually a pattern to who those fixes work for and who they don't work for. If your sleep problem is external, meaning noise, light, temperature, or caffeine disrupting your ability to fall asleep, then fixing those things will generally help. Your brain has the capacity to go deep. It just keeps getting interrupted before it can get there. But if your sleep problem is internal, meaning your brain has lost its ability to generate the electrical pattern required for deep sleep in the first place, then no environmental fix will touch it. You can have the perfect bedroom, perfect bedtime routine, and still wake up exhausted every single morning, because the real restoration doesn't happen when you fall asleep. It happens much later in the night, during a specific window that most people never even reach. And whether you reach it has nothing to do with how dark your room is. It has everything to do with what your nervous system is capable of. That is the layer nobody is talking about. And it's the layer that explains why so many people do everything right and still wake up feeling like they did nothing at all. You see, your brain doesn't just switch off when you close your eyes. It moves through a series of stages across the night. The early stages are light. Your body is relaxed. Your brain is slowing down, but you're not fully gone yet. Then comes REM sleep, where most of your dreaming happens. Your brain processes emotions and memory. But the stage that actually determines whether you wake up restored or wrecked, that's stage N3, also called deep sleep. During N3, your brain shifts into its slowest, most powerful rhythm. Your body temperature falls, and your pituitary gland releases a surge of growth hormone that triggers the repair of your muscles, tissues, and bones. Your brain clears out the metabolic waste it's been accumulating all day. Every system in your body that took damage during the waking hours gets worked on during this window. It is the only time your body fully repairs itself. So when people say they slept 8 hours, but still feel terrible, this is almost always what's missing. It's not the darkness or the quiet of a consistent bedtime. It's stage N3. They're cycling through light sleep all night and never spend enough time in that deep restorative window for the body to actually do its job. I call it sleep collapse, which means your sleep has lost its depth. And the reason it has lost its depth comes down to something at the level of your brain, something that no blackout curtain or melatonin gummy can touch. And unless you fix that root cause, you cannot fix your deep sleep phase. So what are the root causes disturbing your sleep? The most important cause is delta waves. These are high amplitude waves linked to deep sleep where physical restoration and healing happens. If delta waves are absent or reduced, it means the brain is not entering the deepest, most restorative stage. Now, its production doesn't just happen automatically at a fixed rate forever. These waves respond to your stress levels, your nervous system, your habits, and even your age. Their production naturally declines as we get older, which is why most people notice their sleep getting lighter in their 30s and 40s, even when nothing obvious has changed in their lifestyle. This is why the standard fixes don't solve it. Cutting caffeine and dimming your lights creates better conditions for sleep, but it doesn't rebuild your brain's capacity to generate delta waves. That's a deeper problem, and it needs a solution that works at a deeper level. So what's the solution? Is it a magic pill, a new supplement, or the latest biohack? No, it's a tool called brain mapping. It's a process where sensors are placed on your scalp to record the electrical activity happening across different regions of your brain. It's completely non-invasive, which means nothing goes into your head. You'll see a detailed map of your brainwave patterns showing exactly which frequencies your brain is producing, where it's producing them, and in what amounts. So if someone comes in exhausted despite sleeping 8 hours, the map almost always shows that the delta wave activity is low. The slow, deep oscillations that should be dominating the night are either weak, absent in key regions, or being overridden by high-frequency waves that have no business running during sleep. Before brain mapping, you might suspect stress is a factor, or your sleep is light, but you don't actually know what your brain is doing or which specific patterns need to change. Now, you have a tool to clearly see what's causing sleep disruption and in which areas you need to work on, but brain mapping is just a diagnostic tool. It does not fix the issue. It can only show you the patterns that need to be fixed. For this, you need neurofeedback therapy that works directly with your brainwave patterns to rebuild what's been lost. During your feedback session, the same EEG sensors monitor your brainwaves in real time while you sit and watch a screen. When your brain begins producing delta waves, the screen responds. Your brain registers that signal as a reward and begins to associate delta wave production with a positive outcome. When it drifts back into high-frequency stress patterns, the reward disappears. This is important because your brain is fundamentally a learning organ. It responds to feedback, and through consistent repetition across sessions, typically 20 to 30 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, the brain begins to internalize that pattern. It stops needing the external reward-produced delta waves because it has rebuilt the neural pathways that generate them naturally. Over time, those patterns start carrying over into sleep. The brain enters the night already primed to go to sleep, already capable of sustaining the slow oscillations that make stage N3 possible. But not everyone has the same health goals. Every brain works on a different level, and therefore it needs a specialized treatment plan that works specifically around your sleep cycle. For this, the Vive Wellness Brain Bloom program offers you a complete solution in the form of brain mapping, neurofeedback therapy, and advanced nutritional protocols. If you want to learn more about it, the link is in the description below.